Hi everyone, my name is Cassie and you're watching Cassie Sews, the channel dedicated to helping you become an expert home sewist from your home sewing studio. Today, we're doing the planning project for making Reynard Fox. Join me for a few minutes as we go over all the supplies we need. Let's take a look. So let's go over the supplies for making Reynard Fox. First of all, you need the book. This book is called Sewing Luna Lapin's Friends by Sarah Peel, and I do have a product link description down below in my description. I am an Amazon affiliate. I would get a very small commission if you opted to purchase it through that link, but get the book, guys. Then you can join us. I have all the other tutorial videos for all the other animals already up on YouTube, and now we're doing Reynard Fox. So if you purchase this book, you already have video help guides online that you can use. So step one, we need the book. Once we have the book, we look at the supplies we need. We need ember felt, white felt. We need 10 millimeter buttons for eyes, 15 millimeter buttons for arm joints, stuffing, embroidery floss, 20 millimeter shank buttons for the hips, some elastic thread, and all your sewing supplies. So let me just show you what we have here. So I do have this ember coating, or it's like coat fabric. I did pick it up at my local fabric store actually last winter, but the same color is there this year. It's not dreadfully expensive. It's like a wool polyester blend, but as you can see, it's like a really thick melting felt, right? So that's going to perform really nicely. In addition to that, we have our bright snowy white felt. Now I'll just point out to you guys, you see it's like all folded, like this is a 1/2 meter. I bought this at my local fabric store. This is not dollar store fabric. Spend the extra money. I learned from one of our viewers commented to me on an earlier project. I didn't even know that you could buy good quality felt at your fabric store, but you can. So guys, this cost me $6 for a 1/2 meter, right? And it's so much thicker. It's going to perform so much stronger. Spend the money and get that done. Okay, so there we have our ember and our white felt. And then over here, I just put another piece of felt to make a pretty presentation. The next supplies we need. Here is our 10 millimeter buttons for the eyes. If you recall from the other projects, I have these buttons that, you see it's almost like a little eye shape in there. It's kind of cool, right? So I use those for the eyes. Then it called for a 5/8 of an inch button or 15 millimeter button for the arms and the tail. I'm going to sew my tail in. I don't like attaching the tail with a button. So where the directions call for 3, I'm using 2, but even the directions say at the end, if you're sewing the tail in, then you don't need the extra button and buttonhole, right? So these are for attaching the arms. And then these buttons, do you see they have a shank? Oh, try again. Hold on. There we go. Do you see that? They have a raised shank, and they are exactly 3/4 of an inch. None of these buttons were purchased special, guys. You go to the fabric store, you buy one of those multi-bag of buttons for $2 or $5 or whatever it is, and 10 years later, you're still trying to use it up. That's what these came from, okay? So nothing special about these buttons. They were in my stash, part of my what we call haberdashery. So to sew on all these buttons, you need, as per the directions, elasticized thread, which I purchased this off of a roll at the fabric store, kind of the same way you buy lace and trim. It was sold that way, right? So I don't know if it was 60 cents a meter or whatever. It wasn't expensive anyways, and this is what I've had for a few projects. I still have some to do Reynard. You need an upholstery needle that, as you can see, I've used before. You see that middle guy there? See it moving, right? Because I left a thread in. So you need to get some heavy duty noodles. Every time I do this video, I say that. Heavy duty needles that will be wide enough in the eye to accommodate whatever size elasticized thread you buy. And don't look at that price because this package is very old. You will not find that price today. And then finally, you need some thread. Now, this thread spool is a little bit mysterious. Do you guys have thread in your collections that it's just always been there and you're like, gosh, I don't even know how long I've had that thread or why? This is one of those, okay? But look at this match. Look at this. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Look at this. Right? Now, this was the closest color I could find at the fabric store when I bought it. And I'm nervous that wouldn't be enough, right? So look at that. Good. Good. But this is like an almost perfect match. I don't know if my camera is doing it justice here. So here's what I'm going to do, guys. A lot of the seams that no one is going to see, I'll do in that. Anywhere there's top stitching that will show on the outside of my fox, I'm going to use that stuff. So that's my plan with the threads, but you need some sort of thread that will match your project. I'm not showing here, but you will obviously need white thread for the white parts you're sewing as well. One more piece I need to mention to you guys is the floss over here. The directions call for black embroidery floss for Reynard's nose. So I just put this here like as a place marker because I actually don't have any black embroidery floss in the house right now. But add that to your list of supplies. Any local dollar store in today's time will have black embroidery floss for the same price as any craft store. So wherever you prefer to go, you need black embroidery floss as well. Now finally, just a couple more pieces. You do need some stuffing. I happen to have a new bag here. I also have other stuffing that I'll use, but you know what I mean? I have something that's still in a package, so it's nice to show you. So you can see premium high loft polyester fill. It's just a basic bag of stuffing, and I guarantee you I didn't pay that. I got some sort of sale whenever I picked it up because that's how I roll. And then you need an envelope. If you guys will recall, I always show you that once we trace and cut out all our pattern pieces, you need an envelope to put it away. I suppose I didn't actually show you pencils and paper for tracing pattern pieces, but add that to your list. And then finally, a craft basket. These are project baskets. I buy them at the local dollar store. I've had mine forever, so you won't find one that looks exactly like that necessarily, but you'll find something similar. And basically, I take all these supplies and I stack them in here, just like this. Because when you're working on a project, sometimes other interruptions and stuff can come along that is going to affect your workflow, and you need to have a place to put it all away. And if you keep putting all these things away at the end of each night when you're done working on your project, then you're going to know you're not missing any pieces, right? I'll put away better than that, but I'm just trying to show you guys here that get yourself a project basket for your active projects. I own 6 of these in total because I do have some stuff that's waiting. But anyways, you get the idea here. Get yourself these supplies and let's get started. So there it is. Thanks for tuning in this week. The link is below that you can purchase the book. You need the book to make the projects, guys. So I hope you'll pick up the book and then go hit your local stores and pick up the supplies you need. I'll see you next week with your needle and thread at Cassie Sews.